The last one in, and you're going to draw a picture exactly and describe it. And I'm going to use this tape recorder to make your words, live forever.
I'm going to describe it exactly the way
The third person told you it was, and you're going to also draw a picture of it. Okay, and we'll call you in one at a time. If you'd close the door. Would you come right up here, please? Would you mind turning on the projector? Go ahead. One more. Click. And would you turn off one of the lights? Well, maybe both of them.
TV camera lights.
Yeah.
I could probably see it better if I went back around.
Oh, okay. You'll have to move it over to the side just a little bit. The projector's been moved since I set it up. Good. Thank you very much. Let's turn off. Oh, it's the TV lights, isn't it? And my head is in the way. Well, all those are problems. Could we turn the TV lights off of that? Yeah. All right. That's good. Pat, is there anybody in the room that thinks they see the hook? Don't just put up your hand. Don't say anything. One. Anybody else? The trick, the gimmick, the unusual feature, the device. 2. Okay. 3. Cameraman. I knew I should have got you guys involved in this.
What am I supposed to be looking for or at? Just
Well,
a general description
You're
of the
gonna
scene?
you're gonna describe this scene to the next person that comes in, and you're gonna get all the main points out of it, and you're gonna project those to the second person. I'm sorry. Brilliant. We don't allow any written notes. I want there to be communications breakdowns.
You didn't say that.
I know it, and that's very shrewd of you to whip that pencil and paper out too, by the way.
Good try, man.
And I got to watch it now. I can see that. All right, you think you got it pretty well committed? All right. Could we turn off the projector and ask the next person to come in, please? Would you come up to the front of the room, please? I can't see this. I don't have my glasses on. Does that say record right there?
Yes, sir.
Is the next person on the way in? Now you're going to speak into this microphone, but speak loudly enough so that everybody in the room can hear you. Okay? All right.
Who's the next person?
Come right up here, please, Bonnie. And he's going to tell you exactly what he saw in the picture. And then you're going to tell the third person what he told you.
Am I allowed to use a chalkboard?
No. Nice. You can't do that. And, by the way, I don't allow the people to use gestures because gestures clarify. You can't use gestures, just the spoken word. And he wanted to write it down even. You know, that's really outlandish. Step right over here so he can, and so he can hear you.
Okay, Bonnie, I'm going to describe to you a scene as it was flashed on the screen. Okay. The scene is looking at the interior of some means of public conveyance. Okay.
Wait,
For the time being.
interior of some means of public conveyance.
Pardon me. That's another rule.
I can't repeat it back to
You
us
can't
without.
ask questions. You can't repeat it back because I want there to be communications breakdowns. And all the things that you folks are trying to do would enhance communication. So remember that when you want to communicate with somebody, you don't want them to understand what you said. Don't let them repeat back. Don't let them ask questions. Don't let them write anything down.
Okay, we will assume that this is a public bus. Okay. There are a number of people sitting on this bus, a number of passengers.
A little louder, please.
There are a number of people sitting on the bus, there are a number of passengers, but the main incident itself involves 2 people. Okay. The 2 people are standing facing each other. One of the persons is a businessman type, the other person is a workman type, blue collar versus white collar. I make that assumption by the manner in which they're dressed. Okay, one of them has a business suit on, the other one has a pair of overalls that Jetson Chester. One man is black, the businessman. The other man is white, the workman. In the workman's left hand, there is a straight-edged razor. Okay, his right hand is pointing in some attitude. Oops, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No gestures. His right hand is pointing towards the black man. The black man has his hands posed in an expression, but not particularly threatening. Okay. There is no threatening gestures per se in their confrontation. The one man's hand with the razor in it, the white man's hand with the razor in it, is strictly held at his side. Okay. The rest of the people in the scene are looking on. There is one man who's reading a newspaper. Another man is sleeping. There are 2 or 3 people in the foreseen. The bus is traveling down the street. Okay, there's a clock in the background. It's approximately 7:30. But I think those are all superfluous to the original purpose, which is the confrontation apparently between the 2 people.
All right? You feel like that? Could we give him a nice little round of applause, please? Very good. Thank you. That was very, very well done. And now I'd like to ask the audience, we'll be able to even give a better insight to the next person. Is there something that might have been neglected? Yes?
There's a street sign out one of them that says Dykeman Street.
Dykeman Street. All right?
There's a man that's sitting on the end that has his hand inside his jacket as though he's reaching for something. And there's a woman with a baby where passengers on this subway or something.
All right. And did somebody else have a comment? Did you see anything else in that picture that would be helpful? Yes?
The workman had his mouth open as if he was doing the talking and the businessman was listening.
All right. Okay?
There
Yes.
seemed to be an empty seat behind the
Empty seat. All right. You think the seat was significant in the...
perception-wise, I think.
All right.
My perception.
All right. And?
A row of people in the foreground with their backs to you, and all you see is their heads, and that's the top part of their heads. The workman that's talking to the businessman, the hand that is pointing on the right, seems to have no arm. It just comes out of his chest. So I thought that was really unique in the picture.
All right. Yes.
I observed that everybody on the bus was observing confrontation with the exception of the man reading the newspaper. It was almost immediately around the scene that seemed to be nonchalantly that wasn't anything going on as opposed to everybody else observing.
All right. Okay. One other. Yes. Oh, you did it. You're going to add something more?
Well, I could have spent the next 15 minutes probably going into detail, but I didn't think it was relevant to the purpose of it.
Uh-huh. All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. Could we have the next person come in, please? Thank you very much.
Switch.
Right. If you'll just come over here. Speak loudly so that you can hear in the back. All right. Come right up here, please. Now, she's going to tell you exactly what the first person saw in that picture, and you're going to tell the fourth person.
Okay.
All right? And she's going to speak loudly so they can hear in the back of the room.
Okay, Joe, what Pat described to me was a scene that was flashed on the screen for everyone. Okay, it's a picture of showing the inside of some public conveyance, which I'm told is either a bus and, I assume, train or something like that. So we're looking in a photograph inside of a bus. So yeah. Okay, there's people sitting in the bus. There are 2 people standing up facing each other. One is a businessman. One is a blue-collar worker. Okay.
Then they'll hear you in the back there when
Okay.
you talk.
The businessman is black. The blue-collar worker is white. Let's see. The way they're standing, you can see that the blue-collar worker, the white guy, is doing most of the talking, and the businessman is listening. And he has the blue-collar worker has razor blade, razor blade, I'm not sure which, in his hand. I don't know which hand, it doesn't really matter, but anyway, he has it in his hand. You know, what is, I guess you might say, a threatening gesture. He's doing most of the talking. And the rest of it is, there's all these other people, there's all kind of folks around, the baby, man reading a newspaper,